Hello and a warm welcome. Over the next few minutes, I would like to show you several tools and platform I developed over the last 8 months. Not all of them, a few of them are at customer sites. I'm not allowed to show, but here's the core platform and the core tools that I'm allowed and able to show you within the next minutes. So especially, let's start with one of the tools. This is a instant avatar tool. So we use the beta real-time model of HN and transform this model into a, let me say, avatar environment overview where you can start here several chats. You can click on one of these avatar and then say, well, okay, let's start the discussion. You say here, well, okay, he should listen, but now at the moment the microphone is not directly connected to him here, but normally he's able to understand us and then will talk to us like the Hey Gen, our instant avatars. And this is a platform I built for a customer and as well open it here for our view so that you can take a look at it and see it and test it. So this is a test environment, and this was also a bigger project for a customer. The next one is an automation process tool. It's called, sorry, it's in German. It's called SOP Process Staubsauger. That's the German thing. The idea is really that you have a kind of process description. So SOP, standard operating procedures, where you describe all your processes, but these are more or less structured, but pretty often not so filled in the sense of the structure. And then you can scan all these SOPs and build a BPN 2.0 image or graph that is able to import it into several others design tools for processes. So especially what we test here also is, I'll show you the next slide, that I put a process on a flip chart, then take a picture of this process of the flip chart and then start here the team of the agents. They convert it. First of all, they understand what is on the flip chart, then they need to understand what are elements of the processes, and then they need to build the XML file for the BPMN 2.0 environment so that I can import it then into design software. And especially here is my minimalized process. I put on a piece of paper on a flip chart and then take the photograph, and this is the outcomes, especially in the tool. Here you have also the diagram that is drawn, and then you can download the BPMN or as an SVG or JPEG file and use it for further things. So this is a kind of automative tools or automation tool that converts a piece of paper or your standard operation procedures into real BPMN 2.0 XML images you can use for further design or further work. So the next one is a nice little tool we only use internally for us. This is more or less really to scrape a website, then use agents and use AI to really scan this, test this, get some ideas out of this, and then bring this to our rack system or to the rack system we use. We use here Pinecon as a rack system and NeonDB as the SQL database. And so we scan the website, test it, bring it to Pinecon, bring it to the database. And then finally, we were able to transform this for the agent as a knowledge brain or rack system for our agent. So an internal tool really to scan websites and then convert the websites into rack. And then here have a rack and migration, Pinecon migration to bring these database, the vector database, to the agent so that the agent is able to use it. It's an internal tool. It's pretty interesting and do much more work than the web search tools that are integrated in the normal large language models. It's really a nice one. Next thing, this is our telephone AI agent composition, you can say, or something where you can start with define a campaign And the campaign could be that somebody downloaded a PDF with a telephone number or was a part at your trainings and workshops. And then finally, after a few weeks or after a day or whenever you schedule, you can then have an agent here, and the agent will call the participant of the workshop. And this is the campaign. Or the agent will call the ladies and guys that downloaded the PDF from your website. Or you have cold leads in a big list. You send them an email whether they are allowed to get a call from an AI agent, and then the AI agent will call this. Or something else, you have a kind of a training situations or add-on service to your workshops where the people can call uh, an agent so that they have a critical discussion with the agent. For example, one of my favorite here is really Justin, as Justin is not willing to do his homework, and so you can, as a teacher, you can train your skills in Harvard negotiation methods or active listening with Justin. Can call Justin, and he said, "Well, I'm not willing to do any of my homework." So then you need to find out how you can convince Justin to do his homework. It's pretty one of my favorite one, and the real interesting use case in the training scenario. So this is an environment we use for our customers as telephone agent, where you really can define campaigns, can define agents, can define a scheduler. When should the agent call the participants, and then start these campaigns, and the agent will call the participants. Interesting thing is, as you have AI agents, you can build a specific agent for your specific campaign. So the agent know what is the PDF that was downloaded. The agent know what was the training the participant visited, and so you can really have a specific agent for your specific campaign. That is a pretty nice tool and very good used. So the next one is our Expert AI Hub, which means here you can build all your experts, you can train them, you have here training phases, you can train them, and finally you can then, with a few clicks, give these experts to your website or somebody else's websites and integrate them in the website as a chatbot or as an audio tool. You can also have here something, or you have here a kind of gallery where you can offer your agent in a gallery, and someone who's willing can say, well, okay, I would like to use this agent. And then you can click here on this asking for using this agent, and then you can integrate this agent in their own website. So you have a kind of a agent or expert AI market you can use, build your agents, and then offer these agent to different persons, to different organizations. And this could be a consultant, this could be also a training agent, a training expert AI, or whatever you would like to build. You can have here the data as well. You remember our tools where we said where we scrape websites, and then you have here the vector base that's integrated. You have a training dojo where you can train here your AI in several chats and all the stuff you need to really build a very effective AI. And finally, I will show you how you can integrate this then directly. So this is one of my expert AIs, Peter, and Peter is directly integrated as a chatbot here in this environment via a widget. So you integrate this widget in your website, and then you have the expert AI directly here. If you want to have this a little bit bigger, in a bit bigger context, you can have, we name this hybrid teams environment. So this is a front end where you can have a discussion with many different AIs. So you have an AI team out of expert AIs, and you can add here people to your group, and then many people can talk to many experts, AI experts here in the chat. And this is also pretty interesting because it changed a little bit how to work together with these expert AIs in a different way. So you work on eye level and you can chat with them, and they can help you with several tasks. And this is really a kind of how can we work together with a group of AIs as a group of humans. And this is pretty interesting, especially if you want to develop your organization to see what happens if people working close together with expert AIs, what changed in the organization, what's the value add, what is the critical part, what should not happen. And this is pretty amazing if you start having these front end on the customer and the customer is able starting these discussions with the expert AIs. Next one is this. Let me check. That was one of our first environment, especially focused on talk to experts. So you have here all the experts. You can also build and then click on one and then simply talk to this expert. It's nothing more, it's just an audio discussion, and you can have then download your transcript, see what you're talking to this expert, and then finally work together here. And sorry. So, and then the last one, this is where I'm working at the moment. This is a pretty interesting one. So, this is agentic task, especially where you work together with the AI, define a task, like here, a LinkedIn post, and then the AI is working on uh, then the SI is working here on the workspace on the left-hand side, and especially I can switch on what the AI is doing, and then you see all the different steps. So you can use the AI as a team, you can use the AI as a special agent, and you see me working here on a specific task. The expert AI is thinking and then solving the task for me, and we can iterate working on the files here on the left-hand side. And you also see here the different agents I define for collaboration. Yeah, that's it so far. These are the different tools, the different platforms I built. Integrate several large language models, use Python, Next.js, React, ShadCN UI. Have everything on servers here in Germany in Docker containers and use different SQL databases. That was it. So sorry for my voice after this 10 minutes. So especially I think you have a first impression. Thanks a lot and bye-bye.